up nicely. It's the Drew and Fuse Show. The Drew and Fuse Show. The Drew and Fuse Show. Yeah, they clean up nicely. Yeah.
All right, we're back.
Back in black. Daft Punks, how are you guys feeling? We had an awesome couple of awesomeness.
Yeah, it's Wednesday, my dudes, and Drew and I have a lot to talk about. We're not gonna do it today. We're gonna have a whole episode that comes out, but this is actually in the future. So if you're hearing this, we recorded this in the future. So there you have it. It's Wednesday. We're back with another Drew and Fuse show. I am Fusemania from Cincinnati, Ohio, and this is Drew Pierce, all the way from Long Beach, California. We're here. We're excited for today.
We're still practicing our intro 100 episodes in, so don't worry about it.
I mean, it wouldn't be a show if we didn't have some kind of jumbling of the intro.
That's right. I appreciate it. I'm confused because of where we are in the future, but there may have been some kind of things that have already happened, like a Crate Hackers hackathon that you could go back and look on if you happen to have missed that.
That's correct. And if you guys haven't heard from our Snaky Snake intro that we posted, we are officially sponsored by Crate Hackers for the show. So that's pretty exciting for us. And as a part of the sponsorship, Drew and I are going to be taking over the hackathons once a month. So once a month we'll be on their hackathons. We did the first one a couple weeks ago, and we'll be announcing the next date for that here shortly as well. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, it should be live on YouTube if you want to rewatch it.
They have a new app that's coming out, 4.0 will be launching soon. Drew and I have gotten a sneak peek of it, and it's got some really, really cool features. So a lot of people have asked us, should I sign up for Crate Hackers? Should I sign up for Crate Hackers? And I would say with this launch of this new app that you should definitely check it out. There's, again, I don't want to spoil the beans too much, but there's some really, really cool features that are going to be a part of this new launch.
Well, Fusemania, we have an awesome guest coming up here.
We do have an awesome guest. So let me tell you a little brief about our guest today. He's from Southern California. Drew has been a big fan of his YouTube channel, big fan, and he's known him for a couple years now. And since Drew's known him, he's blown the YouTube up to over 6,500 subscribers. Drew and I have talked a little bit about his YouTube channel, and we've mentioned that there's some things that he does that we think is really smart and really interesting. And I think a lot of, I don't want to say that you should steal his ideas, but there's a lot of cool things to be learned from his channel in terms of marketing and how to maybe get yourselves new bookings and stuff. So with that said, please help us welcome DJ Mojoe.
Hey guys, so awesome to be here. First of all, I just thank you for having me on the show. I've been listening to your episode. Congratulations on season 3.
Thank you,
guys. Yeah,
it's amazing that it's actually here at season 3. I still think we're learning like daily on just how to do this, but it's been such a fun journey, and I'm sure like your YouTube stuff, it's stuff that over time you just keep fixing and getting better at.
Exactly. And I appreciate the intro. Without YouTube, I mean, we wouldn't have met, So
right.
It's crazy how that happens. And now we're here. So
I stumbled across, just so I could tell the audience here, I stumbled across Mojoe's video he did on a DMS review on our app. And I watched the whole thing. It was interesting what he was traveling on, like how he kind of goes through music. And then I started going and watching the rest of his videos and watching his journey through, how it's evolved his channel. So, I mean, it's great. We met at, was it DJX or one of those?
Yeah, one of the expos.
Yeah, it was in Vegas.
Oh, Wedding MBA? Maybe
it was before they switched to Mex, whatever that was called. I can't even remember.
I forget, man.
Doesn't matter.
But yeah, yeah, the YouTube game, just as we were talking about it, maybe we can talk more about it later too, but it's highly recommended for people. I mean, I'm thankful for YouTube that we build these connections and like people like you and so many people in the industry. So it's been very thankful for it.
We got a lot we want to ask you and talk to you about YouTube. And
Sure.
first, we like to jump into things with like a little icebreaker. We're gonna talk a little bit about music. We got this silly segment we're gonna roll, and then we'll get started with some music.
All right, let's do it.
I know what you're thinking, punk.
Are Drew and Fuse going to ask me 6 questions or only 5?
Now, to tell you the truth, I forgot myself in all this excitement. But being this is a 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and will blow your head clean off, you gotta ask yourself a question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Oh, what?
It's just a random, random.
I love
clip.
it, dude. This is how you start a show, guys. Like you gotta make some fun and incorporate some humor into it. I love it.
So, one of the things we like to ask: is there any music that you're currently into? Anything that you're listening to now?
Oh man, right now the most like recent artists in my playlist. I don't know how to pronounce his name or her name correctly. It's Fabish, Fabich. There's this one song called Ecstasy. It has a cool tropical house chill vibe that's great for cocktail hour and really uplifting music. So I put that on Spotify, went to artist radio, and just good vibes all around. Like if I want to have a happy day and just like a really, I wake up in the morning, let me just like, all right, today's going to be an amazing day. I play that music and it's great. And it's kind of funny because the type of music that I listen to is not the stuff that I play as a DJ.
Right.
I think maybe most of us like we like to go outside of our normal genre of music that we play, but there's so much good music out there.
Way too much good music, and I still, anytime someone asks me, that is the kind of genre I like listening to as well, and I like to make Spotify playlists on and collect. And it's a good way to even some couples are really into it for corporates and finding some of those cover songs that match that style.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that's a great thing about DJing. Like new music is always happening, but like that's part of digging music and just makes us, I don't know, it just really appreciate the art a little bit more. And there's so much creativity, and once you find that gem, like it's awesome.
We're gonna dive deep into social media here in a little bit, but
Mhm.
do you create Spotify playlists that you post anywhere on your stuff? I know I'm seeing it come up here and there.
Oh, really?
DJs
Yeah,
making a Spotify playlist that like you could highlight that song.
maybe I should. I use Spotify a lot, but never thought about it as in like, hey, check out my playlist of curated tracks. But maybe in the future I will. I sometimes forget that you can have a public playlist and a private playlist, but I'm thinking to do that now that you brought it up.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it a lot lately, and just sending it to a bride when they're getting ready, or they're having a couple just like kind of in the bank that you could send to them. So I don't know.
Right. Um, but one of the things that I've been using Spotify for on the back end of things, like I create a compilation of playlists for my wedding couples. So for different parts of the night, for processional, grand entrance songs, first dance songs. So it's just like a catalog of different playlists so that they can easily help them, find the right song for their wedding. But
Yeah.
otherwise, like publicly, maybe I'll think about that.
Yeah, I do the same, and send it to them and just be like, okay, if you're stuck, here you go. But I've
Mhm.
been wanting to expand that a little bit, so just
Yeah,
throwing it out there.
yeah, definitely.
Do you have a favorite remixer or producer? It doesn't really have to be in the DJ world, just in general. Any producer you're a fan of or remixer?
Yeah. So I don't know. Ever since TikTok and on Instagram, you see these producers. They take these classics and they remix it, or they have their own version to things.
Mhm.
Lately, it's Wookie,
Yeah.
spelled WKI, and I played this. September Wookiee remix at a wedding, and it just people went nuts.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
The-
it's so great to hear that classic and added a different flavor to it that gets people
Yeah.
minds blown. You know what I mean?
yeah.
He has one that I'm playing every week. It's Sunshine,
Yeah,
and
that one's
it's
a good one.
the My Girl Temptation flip that
Oh,
he
yeah.
did. And he actually got it. He started a series called Songs I Can't Release, and
Yeah, I
he's
saw
just
that.
putting these out and that one got picked up, and
Mhm.
it's out an official remix, and I play it every week, and it always gets a killer reaction. Yeah, but he's
It's
killing it for sure.
it's awesome for me, like, and I'm sure for you guys too, but like see these guys that are making essentially bootlegs. And obviously he's a little bit bigger of a name, but it's really cool to see these bootlegs that just kind of come out on social media that they get so big that they kind of can't ignore them and have to pick them up.
Right,
Yeah.
right, man.
Like the little boo thing's kind of like the same example, right? That just it got
Right.
so bad, it's like it just has to come out. You know?
Yeah, I like it. I mean, it's taking something that we are all familiar with and just adding a little bit more fun. Like it's like why not? I guess it caters. Like there's so much music now that caters to older generation and the new. Like this is a sweet time that we have, and like we could really have some fun with the music. I think.
I agree. I agree. Continuing the conversation on music, we like to do what's called the Serato Top 5, where we kind of talk about the top 5 most played in your Serato. Now, we've just coined it Serato Top 5. If you just kind of want to talk about maybe 5 tracks you've been playing or something like that you've been enjoying or that have been working for you at your weddings.
Yeah, I would love to. And maybe I should have pulled this up earlier, but just going from top of mind, and no particular order, by the way. I think the first one's probably Dancing Queen.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Sure.
people like the throwbacks with ABBA lately, like
Right.
Dancing Queen. And I guess it depends on this particular edit, but you have to hear that piano part at the beginning, the piano sweep,
Right.
and then it goes into the melody.
Right.
Yeah, you need that part to really get the reaction.
I agree.
So
I play it from the top all the time. I just play the original. I'll just
yeah, like that.
kinda-
Yeah, you don't need a remix. It's just the way it is.
Yep.
It lands like that. It's a good track, and I think as long as you know how to mix that in, that's perfect. The second one, I have this really good. It really depends if the vibe is more disco. I Will Survive, and then
Yeah.
I've been playing that a lot too.
Yeah, disco is kind of in right now. So from what I've seen, and I have a mashup that goes afterwards is Justin Timberlake's "Can't Stop This Feeling," but over the "I Will Survive" beat.
Oh, that's
dope.
sweet.
And
Yeah.
it just now not only did I cater to the older folk, but then I bridged it to the current music, and then I could go from there, which is
Isn't it crazy that disco is so like big right now? I'll be on the phone with a couple. You do weddings, I do weddings, and
Mhm.
so we don't want any cheesy music. I've been DJing so long where like disco instantly is like the cheesiness to me.
Mhm.
It's like, oh no, that's cut off, but they're not referring to that anymore. They
Yeah.
don't want Bruno Mars or
Yeah.
something else.
It's crazy because in my do not playlist at a few recent weddings they put Bruno Mars in the do
Yeah.
not play. It's weird. It's like they used to be like the number one people want to
Yeah.
hear, but
Well, he needs a new album. His album is like 10 years old now at this point.
it's probably why.
Yeah.
You can only uptown funk it up so many times.
So many times, man. That's like it's like one of those songs I don't play anymore at my set.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing, but it's really good to know what's in and what's like, all right, what's kind of fading away right now.
Well, it'll be like the Black Eyed Peas. It'll have its comeback right now.
Yeah,
like
right,
anything
right.
Black Eyed Peas is, it got all burnt out for all of us, but now it's become so. It's just such a big recurrent, and they were so massive that now, they're getting asked for a lot.
Yeah.
Right. Like
Right.
I'm a Bee and like London Bridge and like
Oh,
those
London Bridge.
I play all
Yeah.
those all the time right now. They're just
That's
crush.
I know London Bridge. Yeah, that one's good because people know the words.
Mhm.
I haven't heard "I'm a Bee" in a while, but
I play it all the time right now.
I play it.
Yeah.
I play it a lot too. It's been doing good.
that's awesome. Yeah. So I give you two songs. I'll give you two more from top
Sure.
of mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one, I guess, going back to some disco is "Gimme Gimme" by ABBA,
Right,
but
right.
there's so many
Yeah.
remixes. Like if you look into my Serato, I have so many, but there's two I play depending on the feel. One has a drop that's just a drop with no vocals, and then there's another version that I play that has a drop with the chorus in. So if
Yeah.
people want to continue singing to that,
Mhm.
I think it's
Yeah.
by Hawk. There's a
Okay, yeah, yeah.
2021 remix, and there's a 2022 remix, I believe.
Mhm.
Those are my two favorite ones, where it maintains the melody, where the familiarity of the song, but
Right.
then it transitions into like more of like a harder like house beat in the back.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's
I,
a feel good. People love
I
that.
speaking of both of the last two tracks you've mentioned, I want to just say the two versions that I'm playing because I think they're good and they do something that you said well as well. It's like they don't ruin the integrity of the original song. I play the
Mhm.
Fat Tony remix of "I Will Survive," and I play
Okay.
the Fat Tony remix of "Gimme Gimme" too. And I like both of them because it's like beefed up a little bit more, but I still feel
Yeah.
like you mentioned, like it doesn't ruin the integrity of the song.
Yeah, yeah, which is so great. Like once you find these gems of remixes, it's like, all right, this is it. This is the one I'm gonna play. Yeah. So gimme gimme is a good one. I think two more. So that way we can do top five. The other one is Smooth Operator.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Classic.
And there's so many. There's so many variations, right? A little bit. I forget the one. I think it's like a Midnight Something remix, but
Are you playing during dancing or is this like cocktail or dinner? Or?
dancing. Like I
Oh,
just slip it in a little bit. Like if the
yeah.
vibe is right. Like if
Yeah.
I'm more going into like a house beat when I'm just warming things up a little bit just to add some flavor,
Yeah.
then I'll do it.
I heard a good remix of that on TikTok, but I don't know who did it. But I know
Yeah.
it's been like floating around for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's another one. I forgot the name of the remix. And then lastly is Taylor Swift. I mean, I
Yeah.
gotta
There you
gotta
go.
have to bring her up eventually. But the love story,
Right.
and just another good remix. And going back to what Few said, like I found this really good remix that maintains the integrity of it, so people can sing it without feeling weird or awkward because like a drop or something. But it's very consistent,
Yeah.
but gives like a nice energy to it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah. You can't hate the Swifties.
What version are you playing of it?
Man, I'll get back to you on that. Maybe you guys, if you're interested, message me later. I'll get you that version. But
I play the
so
Disco
good.
Lines, the Disco Lines
That's
remix.
that's the one I play too.
No, I have to send you the name of the other one. It's really good too. Really good
Okay.
vibe. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome,
But
awesome.
those are my top five. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, love it, love it.
She's going to be even bigger now because if Kansas City's going to the Super Bowl, so
boy.
if
Oh,
they
man.
win,
Yeah.
they win, and everyone's going to want that on camera kiss from the two of them, right? And then it's a wrap. Then it's Swifty for life. I don't think we're getting away from it for a long time if that happens.
I saw an article yesterday that said her influence of the NFL for this season alone has it was an article of calculating the worth of the influence that she's had, and they said it was upwards of $350 million worth of influence that she's had for just this season alone for the NFL and the
Oh, wow.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Wow.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
Crazy.
And I'm not saying the NFL is scripted, but it kind of is getting kind of harder and harder to believe, where it's like, all right, like, can we change the story a little bit? Because it's like Swifties at the Super Bowl is now what it's about. But
Wow. Yeah.
it's just kind of funny. It's like how it's all playing out.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the don't tell Fuse this. Plug your ears, Fuse. It's the WWE, right? It's that's what
Are you
the
saying
Super Bowl,
that
the
WWE
football.
is fake? Are you saying that right now?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's very real. I said they just have really good writers.
Really good writers. Yeah, exactly.
Don't tell me that it's fake. Come on, man. Come on. No, but we appreciate you talking a little bit of music with us. We always enjoy kind of hearing what people are playing, and the listeners enjoy hearing some music discussion as well. One
Yeah.
more music question before we switch gears, and
Sure.
putting you on the spot for this one. If you had to pick one song as your theme song, what would it be? And it like think of it like you walk into the grocery store, boom, your song plays.
Oh wow, you are putting me on the spot. Ah, oh man, one song and one song only, right?
Right, one song
It's,
only.
it's so funny.
If
It's so
you
funny.
got one or two, it's fine. You can
All right,
sing a
no,
couple of
I
them.
know. Well, I'll just go with the first song to pop into mind, and not
Yeah.
to say that it is the exact one that will make it, but it really gets me into like the fun mood. Is Snoop Dogg's "Sensual Seduction"?
Whoa!
Yes.
It just
Wow. That I did
Yeah, I
not
just
see
like-
that coming at all. That's a
Yeah, I
good
didn't
one.
that's
either.
why they call me DJ Mojo. You know. Just kidding. I don't
So
know,
good.
but
So
mean,
good.
are you single? You got a girl?
oh man, this is live, huh? So I am single.
Oh, all
All
right.
right.
Then you heard it first. DJ
Yeah, you're-
Mojo. He's single. He's out here looking.
That's
and
funny.
Sensual
So good.
Seduction will be playing when he walks in the door for the first date.
Yeah, there we go. You know, you got to put you in the mood first, right? So,
You know, there used to be a really good discotheque mashup with that when Lady, and it was from Mojoe, right?
yeah, Mojo,
yeah.
right?
There you go. There's
Mojo.
close enough.
Close
Dude,
enough. It is.
I love that answer. That was not one I was expecting at all. So that's a
Dude,
good one.
I didn't even expect that either. It just came up to mind. But it is a good song. I like the song.
Oh, it's a great song. Yeah,
Great song.
fantastic.
Yeah, I only got to play it like 2 times at weddings. One time was the garter toss.
Okay.
And then all the men were like in sync, ready to catch the garter to that
That's
song.
so good.
That's
It was
so
awesome.
yeah, that's awesome.
All right,
we gotta-
I'm bringing that one back. I'm putting it in the. We
Yeah,
gotta do some kind of bootleg with that Fuse.
Right. I agree. I also got to give the honorable mention to JD this week when he said one of the songs that he did to a cake cut was OT Genesis "Cut It," and he had to make a super clean version, which I thought was hilarious.
Oh, that is a good song. And so I don't know if you guys do this. This is something that I do for my cake cutting. Sometimes my clients, they don't know, hey, what song should we have for a cake cutting?
Yeah.
I do 3 songs and it works super well. And this is one of my gems here for the music people. I play Rihanna's Cake,
Yep.
but I just loop the cake part.
Yep.
And then once when they're about to cut it, I play OT Genesis Cut It, looped it. Once they finish cutting it, then I play Justin Bieber's Yummy.
Okay,
there it is. I love it.
Yeah.
Have you
and then
pre-edited this, or are you just doing it live?
I do it live because I have to gauge what they're doing.
Right.
I have to figure out, okay, are they about to cut the cake? All right, I'll switch. And I already have my loops for those different moments, and I just mix it in.
That's awesome. Love it.
Great recommendation. I love it.
Man. But anyways, he brought that up. So
No, it's great. Love it.
So inappropriate, but it works, I guess, if you don't know the real meaning of that song, right?
yeah. It's true. People love it though. When they know, they know.
Yeah, when they know, they know for sure.
Moving forward, we're going to talk a little social media. We got another video clip here, and we'll play it, and then we'll get to talking some social media.
All right.
Drew and Fuse, I'm all shook up, you hound dogs. Don't be cruel. It is now or never. Let's talk social media.
I just love your clips, guys.
My favorite part of the whole time.
Dude,
We wanted to talk to you a little bit, obviously, about YouTube. You've got a great YouTube channel. You've got over 6,500 subscribers. How long have you been? First, let's just start from the very beginning. How long have you been doing the YouTube channel?
oh man. I would say my first video where I actually put some thought into it and like trying to put like really be adamant in like creating a YouTube channel was 2015. I posted up short videos from my phone before 2015, but 2015 was when I first bought my actual first point and shoot camera to actual vlog. And yeah, I started a while back. And that was a moment in my career where, you know what, I decided to go full time. I already had some weddings in my belt, but now, okay, if I really want to do this, I was in fight or flight during that time, and I had to do whatever it takes to make it happen. So that was my first step in 2015, where, all right, guys, here I am. So nerve wracking being in front of a camera, but that's when I first started, and just try to be consistent.
And what would you say from 2015? Like, what was maybe the moment, or maybe even like the year that things kind of picked up for you?
Ooh, maybe 2017, 2018, because I've been posting a lot of videos, but I think once you get into the groove of things, and it's all about continually getting better with your content and what you're doing, and that you try to experiment. Okay, how can I grow this channel? What will land in my videos? Um, I think just posting more content, there and really knowing how to use YouTube. And I'm still learning. I'm not perfect, but it's like the thumbnail. How can we perfect the thumbnail? How can we perfect the title of the video, the description, the tags, so it's more findable, more searchable. People want to click on it. So it's a game. And I mean, with any platform, and not just YouTube, but with any other social media, there's a way to use it that will help you get more attention, click throughs, or people to really engage with the content.
So I wanna say I'm a big YouTube watcher, and the way I watch YouTube is off the Apple TV at
Mm,
home. It's like my main thing. I don't watch Netflix. I watch YouTube, and I just like to search topics and stuff that I like. And so one of the things I had found you on originally was one, that DMS one, but then also I was looking into buying some RCF speakers,
oh yeah.
and you had already done a video on it wasn't the J8s, it was the Evox 8s,
Right.
and you had already done a video on it. And so I, I had just was searched Evox 8s, and then there you came up, and then I remember telling you I was doing a wedding somewhere else, and then I searched that venue, and then you came up. It's like you just keep popping up in all these. Either I'm searching for the venue, or you're like reviewing popular gear that trends well for DJs or even clients, really.
Yeah, I think I got really lucky with those kind of content, because I was just sharing what I was excited about. Like, oh man, these are great speakers. Like, I got to show to people how awesome they are, and the hacks that I'm using to make my job easier. Um,
And we were just, me and Fuse were at the video what were we at, the video
Video
conference
DJ
the other day.
conference. Yep.
And maybe I think this came up in that talk, or I don't remember exactly what it is, but uh everything you just said is what I keep hearing, and more is like, just do you, right? Just do
mhm.
what comes natural to you and what you believe in, and it just will work, and people will kind of flock to that.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely agree with that. And I mean, I didn't know that some of these videos are going to blow up in terms of getting that many amount of views, but um, yeah, I think when people decide to create content, like, I think the right mindset is you're doing this because you like it. Like, because mainly for me, I was just documenting what excites me, what I'm doing, and the right people will just follow along, because it is a process. And if you're doing this for a quick buck, or to do this just to get money or grow really fast, like, you may get burnt out or may get discouraged, because it doesn't happen like that. It takes time. But I think I just enjoy the process, and I could look back at it years later, like, wow, I actually did that. Like, man, like, it's incredible to actually put on display what you've done, and
Yeah.
it kind of provides, I guess, encouragement or validation, or just confidence within yourself that, hey, you know what, I've done it before. This is proof. And it helps me sometimes whenever I'm in tough spots or trying to do something new. When I watch these videos, like, man, I actually helped create that moment, or I did this. And
Right.
there's so many benefits of video, but I mean, guess to anyone really, it's like you have to come in it just because you enjoy creating content for yourself, not for anyone else, for yourself. I did it mostly for myself, but like, hey, I got to show people, like, this is awesome. Like, I don't know if it's gonna land or not, but I guess
Right.
out there they type things in, and then they find me.
Yeah.
Right. Um, And one thing I want to mention that the video that Drew referenced that's on your page about the speakers has over 100,000 views.
Oh, I forgot how many. That's a lot of views. I
Yeah.
didn't know.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
it's a
It's
lot, but I didn't
wild.
know that many.
Yeah. And you know, uh, what's crazy to me is when you think like in the DJ world and like how many DJs there are and like kind of, it's kind of a tight-knit group. Like we could all probably say that like we all know the DJs that are like really making moves in their city. So when you think like 100,000 people watched your review for speakers, I mean,
Yeah.
it's safe to say that the majority of DJs have probably seen that video.
Mhm. That's
Right.
amazing.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. It is. It is.
One of the things Drew kind of talked on it, and we thought we were, talking before the show that we thought it was a great idea, and he already kind of mentioned it. But the fact that you do some of these like venue tutorials, like kind of like where you're at a venue and you're showing it, and what Drew was saying, and I thought, wow, that's really really smart. Is like, let's say you're a couple and you're looking for a venue, and then sure enough, here you also find a DJ for your venue, and I think that's really brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly my strategy, guys. You
Yeah.
guys got it. Because I think the reason behind that is if you really think about the order of how couples book DJs, usually they book the venue first.
Yep.
And then
Right.
why not create content about the venue since they're probably most likely doing research about the venue in the first place. And they see these videos. Wow, it's very informative, very educational. I could picture my wedding here. Oh, this guy is talking about, he's actual a DJ, and then, oh, let's talk to him, So it just, you're helping putting yourself be in front of their minds early
Yeah.
in the wedding planning process.
Right.
So, I mean, you're adding so much credibility. And I've noticed a lot of couples that they feel more comfortable when the DJ has actually DJ'd at their venue before.
Right.
Right.
I mean, it's not needed, but for whatever reason, it helps them feel more comfortable and safe that,
Right.
okay, this person has DJ here before. And I think people are looking for that reassurance and confidence that, it's been done. They know how it works. Like they just want trust and safe and like you're the right option. So
Well,
yeah,
two
it's a game
of
changer.
the things that you do that I really like that is you do the first one is you show like say you'll set up a satellite speaker and like so one is geared towards DJs, but it's also showing the bride and groom, hey, does your
Yeah.
DJ do this? Does your DJ do an extra speaker? It's
Right.
like that leveling up. So we all get on interviews and they ask like the randomest questions. You're like, where did you hear that? And so that's one of those things where you do go that extra mile and you're throwing a speaker wirelessly, and it's a good way to present
Oh,
that
yeah.
material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's another good strategy too. It's like documenting, like knowing your process and the systems that you do for your client. Because if you put it out there, then they will know what it actually takes to create the result that they want.
Right.
And sometimes that's not even people never discuss about that,
Right.
but it's helping you differentiate yourself, among the other DJs out there.
Right.
I mean, that's huge. And at the same time, you're also catering to DJs so they
Yes.
know how to do it. And
Yeah.
then we all create a better experience for our clients. So, and
Well,
then,
and
yeah,
go ahead. Sorry.
no, sorry, it's all right.
I was going to add on to it as I wanted to know, has the venues reached out to you for this? Like they've seen your videos and they're like, we need this guy to like do it, or I don't know. I'm just curious, has this become like a thing where the venues become a little bit more involved in what you've done?
That's a good question. That could happen down the road where venues come up to me and like, hey, we've noticed that you're doing this. Or I may just come up to them and show proof that this is what happens. And then it gets more clients visit to learn more about their venue and they book the venue. There's a couple of venues that I've done on my own. There was no like partnership with the venue or anything. I just make these videos on my own, but they've helped me landed some weddings because
Yeah.
they really get to see what their wedding is like. So I mostly do a lot of weddings in San Diego area. But then there's this another great venue in Malibu called Calamigos Ranch. I've got
Yep.
some bookings from that. Gorgeous venue space. A lot of like TV shows and movies get filmed there too. But it's crazy. Like you have to know how to craft the message to your ideal audience, which in this case, brides, couples who are getting married at this venue. And it's a great strategy. I believe
Yeah.
in more people should do it.
Yeah.
Well, it's
100%.
funny too because like I'm getting married in like a week or two from when this
Mhm.
will air. And we were looking at venues here in Cincy, and when it comes to finding stuff, sometimes there's just not a lot out there that kind of shows you what the venue is. And it really is kind of amazing when you think like, wow, you're a venue and you have nothing to sell your venue other than word of mouth that other people have
Yeah.
weddings here.
Yeah.
And
It's
so-
crazy, right?
It is.
So
It's even wild. I go on venues websites just to see what the venue looks like, and I can't even find pictures for myself, and I know what
Right.
to look for, let alone the bride and groom.
right. But imagine like you stumble upon a video that someone explains it to you how it works. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of videographers who capture content of the wedding, but it's more catered to the client and their story and making it very cinematic, but it doesn't really show you the breakdown of how things actually go.
Right.
And in a way that portrays their value even more because they can actually imagine what their wedding could be like. And then a step further, they're imagining it that you are the one doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's in thinking about that, you guys, like anyone's getting married, I think it's a really great way to think about things and create in terms of creating content. Think about the problems that or questions that you come up with that put yourself in their shoes. What kind of questions or problems that they will encounter, and then figure out how to solve it. And I think
Yeah.
these videos, it solves exactly what you just talked about.
Now, I to to go down to just ask a different question about a venue. Like you're
Sure.
always very at least the videos I watch, they're always coming across as very positive. Now, if there is like something negative, like do you just keep it out or you just don't do that video? Like say something I'm frustrated about in life is the wedding venues that have noise ordinances, that shouldn't really be hosting weddings, right?
I see what you're saying.
And so it's
Yeah.
like it's frustrating. So would you just not, if it wasn't, if that was like something that came up, you wouldn't put that in your video. You'd probably just not do that video.
That's a good question. Sometimes I forget that information. Like sometimes when I make these videos on the fly, and I guess it just whatever highlights like I want to share. But
Of
I would
course.
want to let people know that they do have a sound ordinance. But then
Right.
I would also elaborate that a little bit more in terms of it's just to manage expectations essentially.
Right.
But it doesn't mean that we're not going to have a good time. And
Right.
there's different ways of how a good time, you know, um, I guess it really depends on the concerns of the couple. Because I've especially down here in Southern California, there's lots of outdoor venues. I do a lot of
Right.
them.
Yep.
But I think with the right sound quality of the speaker, so that way people can still enjoy the music even at lower volumes, or maybe placing multiple speakers, so that way we don't have to bump it up as loud, but it still
Right.
creates a balance sound environment. Like people can enjoy themselves without violating the sound ordinance.
Right.
But I guess it really depends on or maybe what I would do instead of at the video, I would do it during a sales call.
Right. Right.
So that way it's just more like, hey, because it really depends. Some people don't care. Some people they do care.
Right.
So that's the thing. And I want to be honest with with the venues and but mostly I highlight the positive, and it's really
Right,
hard
right.
for me to find a negative because I usually find that negative and I turn it into a positive.
Of course.
So like
Well, the way
or
you're saying putting extra speakers on and like
Yeah.
that also highlights what I know you're saying. I'm just wondering, I guess the balance, if you're going in.
Yeah. So, well, here's the thing,
Sometimes
they're not paying me,
sometimes
right?
it's
They're not paying me to make an ad like, "Hey, Joe, we want you we're gonna pay you to make an awesome video for us."
right.
So I just do whatever I think, and
Yeah.
they'll be so great if other DJs do it too, because who knows, they may have a different perspective on that same venue,
Right.
and it's educating that client on different factors that's going to be important.
Right.
You know, I can only speak from the DJ perspective of things, of how things flow and look and feel and sound.
Right.
But I mean, I can't say anything about the food or any other part of the wedding.
Right.
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 Yeah.
I got a question, and again, you don't have to personally answer this, and if you do answer it and you don't want it out, we can bleep it out. But
Sure.
with your YouTube, are you making money from YouTube now?
Not much. Not really.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's I guess what I'm getting at is sometimes, guys see, oh my God, he's got all these subscribers, and it takes 1,000 subscribers to monetize on YouTube. And if you have
Mm.
1,000 subscribers, you're
Mhm.
getting rich. And I what I'm getting at is, like you mentioned before, you're still doing this for like the love of it. You're not
Yeah.
getting rich off of YouTube.
Exactly. Yeah, no, you're exactly right. And I didn't expect to make money off of YouTube. I think it's just a platform for me to put myself out there. And then like if money comes, it's great. But the main revenue, it's actually me DJing events.
Right.
And YouTube is just a tool to help me feed that into getting views, getting clients get to know me. And if they're interested, they book me as their wedding DJ. And that's how I make my money for the most
Right.
part.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes we get it a little bit with the show too, whereas like people think that we're out here collecting money off these shows,
Yeah.
and it's like we're actually out here going broke because of the show. We're wasting time. We're wasting, and I shouldn't say wasting, but we're putting time and effort forward into all of
Oh
it.
yeah. It's amazing. And I think the work that you guys put, like you're connecting people. You're helping bridge the network and sharing industry information that people want, and
Yeah.
that's invaluable. Like people need that.
Well, after being Fuse was just here for NAM, and we just spoke at the video conference, and just after those couple things, it really comes down to just spreading DJ culture and trying to realize it's a full-time job, it's a entrepreneurial type of job. You really got to believe into it. It's getting easier and easier, but it's still a lot of work.
Yeah, it is. But thank you guys. See what you guys do. Like this is awesome.
Thanks.
Creating a
I appreciate
podcast, like it's a lot of work, guys.
that. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun.
It's fun.
It's been the best thing we've done in a long time. We
For
love it.
sure, and it's helped us in a lot of ways too. So I'm not saying that like I don't want it to come off like, oh, we just do this just because we have to or anything like
Yeah,
that. But it's
yeah.
helped us a lot too. And just I said it at the video DJ conference that it's like sometimes it's like a little bit of DJ therapy. You kind of always want to chat up with your DJ buds, and you don't always get to, but this is that way we get to do it each week, and
Yeah.
that's helpful.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome, guys.
I got a question for you.
Sure.
Do you want me to ask it?
Yeah.
Oh, for me or for
Fuse?
okay, go for it.
You ask it.
What do you want me to ask?
Oh, I was gonna. All right, I'll clip this. But what I wanted to know really is, you do these full stream YouTube stuff. It's also about short form these days, TikTok and Reels, and just having your Instagrams looks awesome as well. You do the short form, then do you go back in and re-edit all the little clips that end up going out as well?
Oh, is this for me or for Fuse?
For you.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Can you repeat that question?
Of course. Well, so with YouTube, you're mostly doing long form. So these are, 15 to 30-minute videos that recap this. Do you find, the reels and the TikTok and all the shorter form stuff that you end up clipping from that, do you find that that's becoming just as valuable as the long form content?
I would say so. I mean, it really depends on the platform that you're on. Like YouTube, I think it's meant for long form, and I think that's how you really build a trust factor, because people are actually experiencing you in a long format way. than you would get from a short. I mean, YouTube
Right.
does have shorts in long form, but shorts are great just for little tidbits, just
Right.
for like a snippet of what you want to share specifically before they get distracted with something else.
Right.
But with my reels on Instagram, yeah, they're just snippets from weddings. I don't post that much of reels. Like, I mean, I guess there's different strategies around it, but I just like to post whatever I think looks cool, but also how can I tie it to my audience? Like, would they appreciate what I put out there? Like, what benefit do they get from watching this reel?
Mm.
So that's what I'm really trying to put out there, or what's something that they're what I can put out there that no one else is doing, or
Yeah.
that's very unique to this situation,
Yeah.
or whatever. So I think it works, and some of my reels don't get that thousands of views, which is fine, but the content that I post up there, I think it's more to nurture my existing followers, to
Right.
show different sides of what we do as a DJ, especially in the wedding scene. That it goes beyond just music, but really diving into these different aspects of what we do to deliver on their wedding day.
Yeah.
And even though it doesn't get thousands of views, in my opinion, but it solves a problem in their mind, or a question in their mind about, why should we hire this guy? Oh,
Yeah.
he just revealed an aspect of something that I never thought was possible. So it's very strategic in that way, where I'm trying to put my mind in their shoes, and like, what do they need to see that they will feel more confident going with me?
Right.
So I mean, I don't want to repeat so many things of the same thing, but hey, let's I think it's more being aware of like what I do and in creating something, and they need to see all parts of it. And it
Yeah.
shows different sides of you that, wow, like this guy covers it all.
Yeah.
So the whole strategy, I guess it really depends on how you define it, or success with reels and all that. I may not get thousands, like I mean, I'm not of views or followers, whatever. But I think the quality of the content, and really specifically knowing your audience and what that content serves, like what does it actually fulfill in their mind, to like, okay, I trust this person, he knows what he's
Yeah.
doing, all that.
I do it as just, if someone's doing a deep dive on me, the content's there. They can see it, right? It's
Yeah.
not sold on going viral.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes they do, I guess, but
Yeah.
I guess I have a different strategy in mind, because being viral doesn't really pay the bills for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right.
But I also like that, and this is something that can even take, I've heard it hundreds of times, and it's just a good reminder, is to ask yourself the why. Why am I doing this, and what is the point of this video I'm making? And I think that's great that you're constantly thinking of that. Like, what's the goal for this video?
Yeah. I mean, it's that way you save some time. Like, you're not just creating content just to create content, but I think the more reasons you give it the why, like, okay, I'm creating content because it will solve this problem, it will clarify on this topic, whatever. But if you, maybe that'd be good practice, like to really think about, just why am I posting up there? Who will benefit from it? Is it very clear that they will get that message from watching this
Yeah.
video?
Yeah.
Love it.
Agreed.
One of the things we wanted to ask you before moving on a little bit is, and something that we really haven't touched on the show at all, with
Sure.
terms of people, but getting reviews. What is a way that you get clients to give you reviews?
Oh yeah. Okay. So I think there's reviews in two formats. Like, are you talking about like a written review, or maybe like a video review? What do you
I
think?
mean,
Sure.
All
the
the
above.
All the above. So for reviews, I've been changing. Oh, there's so many different ways. I think I'll tell you the way that I've been doing it. I'm doing it now. So let's talk with like the best reviews. I believe is the video. It could be a video review, video testimonial. One of the things that I like to do is, whenever someone gives me a compliment at a wedding, at an event, I thank them, get to know them, like, just sorry, let me take it back. when someone gives me a positive feedback at the end of an event, but hey, you crushed it, great job, that was super fun, thank you. I ask them, first of all, I say thank you, of course, like thank you so much. Just curious, what made you feel that way? Like I want to dive deeper. Like people say, "Oh, good job." All right, but what about what I did actually made you feel that way? And then it helps them dive deeper into and really be able to articulate what about you, right? And then they
Yeah.
tell you about that, and then I ask them, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much! Like, thanks for sharing that. That means a lot. If you have time, would it be okay if I just record what you just said? I think it'll be great for others to know." Most of the time, they say yes because they're so happy that, oh yeah, like I want people to know too. So
I love
so
that.
so first I have them like I don't just ask random people for a review or testimonial.
Right, right,
I only do it once they tell me something good. I have
Yeah.
them elaborate it. If that's something, oh, that's gold. That's a gem that
Right.
people need to hear about what I do. I asked them for if I could record them for like 30 seconds. And then I coach them a little bit. Right before begin is I let them know, hey, introduce yourself, explain where we're at, and your experience with me. Uh,
Yeah.
and then I have my phone, and then it's nice to have a wireless microphone. Like DJI has one, Rode has one. You can
Yep.
attach it to your phone, so you can record from a distance, get the angle that you want, and it only picks up their voice. Because if you can imagine, at the end of the event, there's going to be so much noise all around
right.
that okay, we want that voice to be isolated so it's clear.
Right.
And then I record it, and then I polish it up, use CapCut, whatever, add some captions. But testimonials like that, like if you know, like be as long as now you're aware, whenever someone gives you a compliment, you try to take it a step further and try to see that how you can make that content live on
Yeah.
instead of that moment at the end of the night. Like, man, like
Right.
what you said was perfect, and if only everyone hears that, that would be amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's been a game changer. I have some on my website, on my Instagram reels, and I think that provides a lot more credibility when people say it and you can tell it's very genuine.
Right.
Right.
So
Also, we wanted to say we love we love your website. It's great. The splash page that your landing page for your website, how it kind of takes you, it shows the pictures of previous events and
mhm.
and all that. It's awesome. You would be
Thank you.
surprised how many people we talk to or that just don't have good websites these days. It's kind of an
Oh,
overlooked thing.
Yeah.
yeah. What website is huge, and I could go on a different tangent with that, but that's something. Oh,
Did
it's your
you
brand.
create it yourself?
Primarily, yeah. I had several website platforms I tried. Now I use Squarespace. At
Uh-huh.
one point, I hired a copywriter to
Yeah.
rewrite my copy, and then from there, I just made some readjustments and built it from there.
Now, I'm always curious. I look at all this stuff. I'm redoing my website, so
Mhm.
I don't have any copyright on it at the moment. Um, do you ever find that sometimes it might be too wordy? Does anybody read stuff? I don't know. I watch movies, so I always say books are terrible, right? So do
Yeah.
people actually read it?
Yeah, they do read it, and
Yeah.
here's the thing: they read as long as you make it readable and digestible.
Right.
Because
Digestible, I think, is the key right there.
yeah, because they want to get information, but if the
Right.
information is in a format design wise where you know what it's too chunky of a paragraph, I'm not going to read it,
Right.
or the words are not presented in the right order. Maybe you shared something too early that you know what could have been pushed or moved to a different part of the website.
Right.
Like if you scroll down, we try to make it more logical where you want to connect with them first on what they're thinking about before you present your offer.
Yeah.
Like there's a sequence to how they think that you would
Yeah.
want to present what they want to read.
So what you're saying is I just go on Chat GPT and I say copy everything
Yeah,
Mojoe did,
exactly.
djmojo.com did, and just reword it in a better way.
Yeah, it's like you're an expert copywriter. Redo my website.
Yeah. In the words of Harry Potter. No, I'm just
In the
kidding.
words of Harry Potter. Man, you'll be surprised, especially AI. Man, you can do so
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So much.
So one of the things too we wanted to ask about is kind of switching gears a little bit. We noticed that you went to school for nutrition.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I think it's something that gets overlooked a lot. Is there any tips or anything? Being a DJ can be a hard lifestyle, especially late nights, early mornings, kind of thing. Do you have any tips maybe for anybody listening that to just
From
living a
someone that
healthier
actually went
lifestyle?
to school.
Yeah,
Someone that
yeah.
actually went to school for it.
Hey,
Don't just feed us
no
with
disclaimer. Like, I'm not gonna this is gonna cure whatever you're having, but all I can say in a general sense, sleep and water for the most part, and exercise. I know it's the most common thing that we hear, or something that we know but we don't do. But I think in a more practical sense, just drink lots of water. Maybe have a good jug of water next to you, and just have a timer to remind yourself to drink water. That helps.
Yeah.
And then being very intentional with your health and care, especially sleep. Like, I'm not perfect at it, but whenever I do what I'm about to share with you, it helps a lot. Like, you actually have to intentionally prepare your body and your mind for sleep, so that way we can just get ready and just knock out. And I keep track of. I have an Aura ring. I'm not wearing it right now,
Same.
but yeah, you know exactly. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's so cool because if you want to get better at something and it's good to monitor your health and see what you're doing affects your body. So I think just being more aware of your body and measuring things when you can see what you do. It's like you have to experiment. So, but yeah, it's funny how you brought that up. I don't do nutrition anymore, although I
Yeah.
majored in it. But
wait, before you go too far,
yeah.
I was just talking with somebody recently about sleep, and
Mhm.
this is something I am terrible at. It's not been good for me. Any tips and tricks on just like getting better sleep?
Oh man. So I use this app called Endo, Endel,
Okay.
and it's basically
Ask
it
me for a
has
friend, by the way.
I'm sorry.
Just kidding. Nothing. I'm joking. Go ahead.
Oh, so it produces music in the background, whether you want to focus on something, you're studying, you're taking a nap, you're sleeping. It's like a soundtrack. It's like having a soundtrack for your life. And whatever, are you moving? Are you doing an activity? But they have this sleep feature that I like to use, and it really helps me wind my body. Like, I like white noise a little bit, but it kind of produces that, but has a nice melody in the background. I mean, maybe I don't know. I like when I hear something in the background that helps me sleep. But if you're having trouble, try Endel. Maybe that will help you.
All right.
Just
Do you
don't
turn the
blast it out
phone
loud.
off?
I'm sorry.
Do you turn the phone off like an hour before you start going to bed, or
I
any of
try,
those?
man. I try. It's hard,
Yeah.
It is hard.
but Endel helps. Ashwagandha. It's like a supplement. Ashwagandha has
Ganja?
helped.
I have ganja.
Ashwagandha.
Oh,
I
I was
think
gonna
that's
say
how you
That's
ganja.
not
pronounce it.
ganja. No, that's
Ganja?
different.
Oh,
You know,
That's different.
that's a different type of supplement.
I don't know, man. I think hopefully people know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like those things. Like tea.
Mhm.
You know, you can get some tea and drink something hot and warm, like just tea with a little bit of honey. That has helped.
So these are like right before you go to bed, but is there any tricks like right when you wake up? Because I was hearing
Oh,
some things where it's like get up, first alarm, get outside, see some
oh yeah,
sunlight, like that also plays into it.
yeah. I play sensual seduction.
Number
That
one
wakes me
tip:
up and
wake up, play sensual seduction.
yeah.
Hey Alexa, play sensual seduction.
I know,
There you go.
I guess
So
we're going,
good.
guys. And I feel like, all right, get my mojo going. Like let's tackle the day. No, but in all seriousness,
love it.
music for whatever reason helps. Like sometimes just playing music, something that you enjoy,
Right.
It depends on my mood. Sometimes like high energy music. Sometimes it's even classical music. Weird. And that's been lately. Some classical music. I think they have some studies about how it helps your brain function
Right.
early. So music. I mean, we're
Love
DJs.
it. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
One of the things that we always do and ask, and if you want, we always ask for a crazy DJ story, a night that went amazing, a night that maybe went horribly wrong, that you would want to tell us. We have a segment video that we can roll, and then we can get into it.
Okay. I will.
You're crazy, man. You're crazy. I like you, but you're crazy.
All right.
I don't know where you get your clips, guys. It's so great.
That one's handmade right there, custom.
You know what's really funny? Because I usually listen to your show on the Apple Podcast, so I don't really see the visuals, but now I actually get to see what it looks like. But
Got to keep it
funny.
interesting. Got to keep it interesting for the kids on the YouTubes.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Speaking about kids, right? Like a crazy DJ story.
Yeah.
Something that pops into mind. I was DJing at a school dance maybe a few years back, before, actually definitely before COVID. Back then, I was dancing and a kid, I know maybe I have a dark side of humor in me, whatever, but a kid, I think he twisted his leg or ankle while dancing, and he had to be the firefighters came in, took him out, had to stop the music for 20 minutes and until we started the dance party again. But guess what song that I played when that happened?
Twist and Shout.
I know, right? It could be, right? It could be Twist and Shout.
Yeah.
How about you, Fuse?
Stanky leg.
Right. Yeah, I know. That's what we're thinking.
It's a good one too.
The song that I play was Wobble.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I know, right? I mean, he was fine. I mean, I'll give you. Yeah, he was fine and all that. But it was just
so
funny.
good.
Like in my head, I'm like, man, he wobbled so hard, like he broke his leg or something. So
That's so good.
I don't know. I think what made it funny for me, it's just the song that I play. Like, wow, out of all the songs, it happened to be Wobble.
Yeah,
then,
right. That's like that meme that was going around for a little bit where the guy was in a wheelchair and it was like a first dance or something, and it was like when your legs don't work with that Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, God.
When your legs don't work like they used to before. You're like, oh, so bad.
I know, so bad. But I could share that story because I know he was fine and all that.
Yeah.
It's just something that stuck out to me. Like, man, like he was busting moves on the dance floor, like going crazy, and all of a sudden, like something happened.
It was like, not today.
Yeah. But that's one of them that I could recall right now.
I love it.
Yeah.
One of the last things we do, we call it the sauce. And basically, it's just any advice that you would give to a younger DJ, any advice that maybe you'd give to yourself if you had to do it over again starting out. We got another segment video here that we roll, and we'll get into it.
The name is Bootsy, baby. And this shout out goes out to Drew and Fuse, all the way from Cincinnati to the LBC Bobble. Yeah, I was told you guys are quite the chefs, and you got a delicious sauce that you cooked up. Ooh, and it drips that swagoo and breaks down the recipe. Yeah, and you giving up the pig, cause it's funky. As in good, that is, finger funkin' good. On the one by the power of the one. Yeah, without that, there is none. So get yours and be in tune with the one that loves you. Get it, baby.
Bootsy, baby.
Bootsy,
Asking for the sauce. Let us know the sauce. What would you tell your younger self? What would you tell the kids out there watching the YouTubes, listen to the
Yeah.
podcasts? What's some advice?
Ooh, just one, or can I give you two
Hey,
sauces?
yeah, no,
Yeah,
sauce
yeah.
it up.
Yeah, I'll sauce it up. All right. So reinvest in yourself as a DJ for sure, because I think your business is only as good as you are, and invest in yourself and learning the skills needed to grow, whether that's marketing skills, communication, DJ skills, obviously. But reinvesting in your skills, you would speed it up. You would speed up the process so much. And I think if the key to, I guess, to success, to whatever degree you define it, like we want it's speed. Like you need to do it things quick, because I think eventually we'll make $1 million and at some point in our life. But if we know how to condense that into a shorter time frame, that's even more valuable. It's like $1 million in a span of 10 years, or $1 million in a span of 1 year. Like, what would you choose? I would choose to make $1 million in 1 year.
Yeah.
By the way, disclaimer: I'm not a millionaire or anything. Just that's just an analogy, okay? Maybe at one point I'll get there. But I'm saying is, like, people think that they can do things on their own, but I think reinvesting yourself to get some help would expedite so many things and hardships that you can learn from someone. So reinvest in yourself in terms of the skill. And notice how I didn't say gear, but
yes.
eventually, yeah, I mean gear to some to a certain level that will accomplish or solve a problem. But I think what will push you far long term is in yourself.
Yeah.
And whether it's in your skills, have a mentor, learn from someone who's actually doing it, that could
Yeah.
help you with your specific problems.
Right.
Like I would tell myself that I wish I had someone who just, hey, teach me everything.
Yeah.
That would be a game changer for me. And I'm only saying that because I had to learn from other people to get to where I am today. So I'm a firm believer of that.
Yeah.
So I want to practice what I preach. So, like, hey,
Yeah.
this has helped for me. I know it's gonna help for you.
Yeah.
Reinvest in yourself.
Don't think you know it all. And as far as gear, something I'm doing this year specifically is, investing in gear that's going to actually make me money back.
Yeah.
Not just something that, is like that shiny new toy.
Right. Exactly. That's the sauce that I have for now. I don't want to give too much sauce, right? But
All right. I like
maybe
it.
next time.
Love it. No, we
Yeah.
appreciate it. I definitely agree with you too. And you have to invest in yourself. If you want not, you have to take yourself seriously and invest in yourself. If what you want is what you put in, and if you're not willing to put it in, why should somebody want it?
Yeah. Yeah. Why yeah, exactly. Like if you don't invest in yourself, why would someone invest in you
Right.
for your services?
Yeah, Drew, we caught that one too, huh?
I was like, I need a little bell. Bing.
Oh yeah, like for any
Little innuendo over there.
For any
like,
sensual seduction,
Oh man. Oh,
No, but
we have to clip Snoop for that, right? With a little, see if we get the acapella for that.
love it.
so funny.
No, but I think that's a great sauce. And, I think, today's episode with you has been great. There's been a lot of little tidbits in here that I think people can really get some great, advice from, and or, business tips as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agree.
Well,
It was awesome.
Well, thank you guys. It's
Thank
been
you.
awesome.
So, yeah, we appreciate you coming on. That's going to wrap up the show for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Real quick, just want to mention, if you use promo code Drew and Fuse, it will get you 30% off your first month of activation at Direct Music Service. And before we leave, if you want to hit us with any promo stuff, where they can find you, your YouTube channel, all that.
Yeah. So Instagram at DJ_Mojoe. If you go on YouTube, you can type in DJ Mojoe official. I'm on TikTok, but I don't use it as much. But you can find me on those two platforms.
Awesome.
Love it.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you coming on with us. And until next time, we'll see you later.
Awesome. See you guys. Thanks, Drew. Thanks, Fuse.
Thanks.